Hi, my name is Sabne Raznik, and you have found the channel here on YouTube where I do what I call mini readings, which means that I'm reading just one poem, sometimes my work, sometimes that of others, but basically just sharing the love of poetry. I'm trying to get quite the library going on this channel. There are nearly 100 videos now, and there is poetry from all over the world. All of the poems that I have been reading are in their English versions because that is the language I am personally most comfortable with. But if you find a poem that you really like and you are familiar with its original language, I encourage you to look it up in that language and read it in that language, because poetry in translation is never the same poem as poetry in its original language. It's just not possible for that to be the case. Although we're thankful for translation, because if it weren't for translation, we would not be able to enjoy poetry from all over the world, right? Today I'm going to read a poem by somebody else. I'm going to read a poem by Dorianne Laux from her collection, Only as the Day is Long. Now, if you plan on reading the full collection, I have to add a trigger warning to that because the collection contains domestic violence and childhood physical and sexual abuse. However, I don't think that this particular poem contains any of that. I'm going to read a poem called Before Surgery, and this is how it goes. Dorianne Laux, Before Surgery. In another life, you might hear the song of your neighbor clipping the hedges, a sound oddly pleasant. 3 coarse, dull snips, 3 thin branches thumping softly as death onto the closed doors of the mown lawn. You might get your every dark wish, damson plums for breakfast and swelling up between your toes as you brush the green scum from the face of a pond with a stick, gold carp flying like flocks of finches through the azurite blue, a copperhead with a minnow struggling in its mouth, winding away from you. In that hush, you might hear the gods mutter your name, diamonds of salt melting on your tongue. You could lie there molten and glowing as a blade hammered to silver by the 4-billion-year-old middle-aged sun, S-U-N, sun. In another life, you might slip under canal after canal in a coracle boat, look up to see river lights scribbling hieroglyphs on the curved undersides of each stone arch. You might hear an echo, the devil's fiddle strummed just for you, and you might sing too. Unbuckle your voice. You can't speak the meaning of being. The nurses can't help you. Beautiful as you are with your plasma eyes, beautiful as they are in their mesh blue protective booties, their sugary white dresses so starched, so pressed. Your deepest bones might ache with longing, your skeleton draped in its finest flesh like the lush velvet curtains that open slowly before the opera begins. So that's the poem I'm sharing today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that you are doing well in this unusual time as the pandemic continues at the time that I am filming and uploading this. It has not ended yet, so I do hope you are well. And I hope you are taking care of yourself, not only physically, as the emphasis is right now, but also, and is more important, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, whatever that means for you, whatever your belief system is. As I said, feel free to look back through the channel to find something else you like. There is poetry here from poets all over the world, and share the joy. Share the joy. I do not upload on a schedule here. There's tons of reasons for that. So if you want to keep up with when I upload new videos, I encourage you to subscribe, not because I'm one of those that are like wanting to push the metrics and all that and get YouTube's attention to land on the front page recommends. No, it's because I don't upload on a regular schedule. But if you hit subscribe, then you will know whenever I upload, because especially if you hit the bell, because then it will tell you, right? That's why I mention that. Because this channel is not monetized, so that I can share work of poets from all over the world, and without having to worry too much about breaching copyrights and all that. So I'm not too much worried about metrics and data and all that. It's just for your convenience. Thank you for joining me in my living room here in the Apartment Rouge, and I will see you next time for another poem to share the joy. Thank you. Bye.